Hey there everybody. Well, the Jets have moved on from Thursday's highly disappointing loss in Cleveland to the Browns, and now a huge challenge ahead here in Week 4 for the 1-2 Jets as they try to break a 2-game losing streak, and that being the Jaguars, and most notably their ferocious defense, particularly that defensive front, which is just fantastic. Calais Campbell and company up there, Yannick Ngakoue, and the challenges those guys pose. And now, what can Sam Darnold do to be prepared for this group? Is he ready for what lies ahead for him in Jacksonville? And I think obviously one of the biggest keys for the Jets in this game in terms of easing some of the pressure here on Darnold in his 4th game is to be able to establish a consistent running game. Kelvin Beachum, the Jets left tackle, talked about the importance of doing that earlier this week. And that's easier said than done, obviously, against this front. But if the Jets can do that, loosen up the Jaguars' front a little bit, and avoid a lot of those 3rd and long situations, that'll take some of the pressure off Darnold, let him sit back there maybe a little bit longer, and take some of those shots downfield that people have been kind of longing to see from him. A lot of the short and underneath stuff has been the hallmark of the Jets' offense here the past couple weeks. And really, you're going to have a lot more game-changing plays if you're going to be a highly powered, highly successful offense. And I think the Jets clearly realize that. For Darnold, in this game, if the Jets can establish a running game, that'll be a big factor for him. In terms of his play in the passing game, one of the things he mentioned is if he does get a clean pocket back there and is able to have some time, he needs to do a better job of being more decisive in his reads, in terms of trusting his gut, trusting his eyes, and maybe that first read sometimes is the read that winds up being the correct one. He pinpointed that earlier this week when he spoke to reporters about some of the things he noticed while self-scouting the first 3 games. Obviously, the Jets had a little bit of extra time over the weekend, and Darnold spent some of that time looking at what maybe he could improve upon, and he mentioned the reads and the decisiveness and the trusting of his gut and his eyes as one of those things. So that's something to keep an eye on, how quickly Sam Darnold goes through his reads, how decisive he is, and how quickly he maybe gets the ball out to that first read, because there probably will not be a lot of time back there with the Jaguars defense bearing down on him.